Hey,
We're good. We're good. What is going on, everyone? And welcome
We're here.
to the Premier Boys Soccer Podcast.
you know what's going on. We're talking about soccer while playing soccer.
Now that we're here, don't you dare forget to like, share, and
Don't forget to do
subscribe.
it.
Don't you dare.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Whew, that was the most frustrating 30
Are you
minutes
okay,
of my life.
Tyler? What's going on? Would
That
you
was
like to
extremely
share?
frustrating. Extremely laggy stream for whatever reason. Tried going live like 5 times,
And there
there was always something. So that was fun and extremely frustrating.
Well, thank you, Tyler, for figuring it out. We appreciate you for that.
Get your butthole out of the camera.
So what's good, fellas? Welcome back.
For I guess a fun starting note,
Right in front of the camera? Really? You're killing me. You're killing me, guy.
I got stung in the lip by a wasp about 5 minutes into work today.
Cool,
it was
cool.
a horrid way to start your day. I wish that
cool.
upon absolutely nobody. Absolutely nobody. Don't try it out. Don't do it at home. 0 out of 10 rating. Would not recommend to anybody.
That sounds extremely unlucky and extremely painful.
It was pretty much, yeah, exactly that. Really unlucky, and it was just a bunch of baby ones flying around, which if you don't know, baby wasps are literally just as bad as adult wasp. It's kind of like the rattlesnake baby adult comparison where they just kind of fuck you up without understanding how much they're fucking you up, so they just keep doing it. I felt
put FIFA on,
it
my guy.
land on my
I'm on
face
6.
and just jab me right there. It was great. But anyways,
Sounds like a
let's
great
get the topics at hand here.
Yes. What are we doing today? How are we structuring this? Because we had a very, very weird midweek matchup.
So we're gonna be running through Matchweek 5 and 6 this week technically, and then
5.
at the very end we'll be doing our predictions for Matchweek 7, which I completely forgot to structure that table on my phone, but it's alright. I'm gonna do it on the fly.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll do it later.
We've been working on a little bit of a structure for how we're trying to run these podcasts in general as well. So hopefully you guys like what we've been working on here. So yeah, we're going to go over Matchweek 5 first, go over our awards, which we have officially replaced player/team of the week with just match of the week, because David had a very good point with the redundancy of winner of the week and player of the week, or team of the week. We would kind of piggyback off of each other's picks for one and make it the other pick. It was a little, like I said, a little redundant. So yeah, we went ahead and did away with that. Match of the week sounds better. So we are going to be starting off with Match Week 5 here. Very first match on the list is going to be Everton and Leeds. 1-1 game. Very heated game as well. If you didn't get a chance to catch that game, we almost saw a fight break out near the 58th minute. I definitely thought I was going to be seeing that happen, but luckily we didn't see that because people would have gotten sent off. Somebody could have gotten hurt. You don't really want to see that, honestly, on the pitch. You like to see the heated moments, so it's always fun to see.
Yeah, you do love to see that intensity. So.
And then Sinistera scores his first ever Premier League goal with an absolute banger from outside the box, man. Weak foot.
Low driven, bottom right corner, Pickford
just
wrong-footed.
Rooted to the spot. Man, literally thought it was going the other way, went to go dive the other way, and just got real low and just kind of stopped and watched it.
Hit the weight room, little kid.
My bad.
It's okay. You're passionate. You're passionate about using Brighton.
He thought he was gonna mug me off the ball. Danny Welbeck!
I'm sorry,
close.
Gouda. I'm sorry.
He looked back at you like, why?
I'm sorry.
After blowing everybody's eardrums out the water as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. Very
Sorry.
even game we had with that matchup.
This one was actually a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
We're talking about Leeds and Everton still?
Leeds and Everton, yeah. It was very back and forth. It was very reminiscent of this match week 6 with Liverpool and Everton. Everton in general, which we will get to here in a little bit, but Everton have been looking really nice. They looked pretty rough. I wouldn't say rough, but they didn't look too hot that first game.
Yeah.
And they seem to be turning it up.
Yeah, they look organized.
They do look very organized.
Always a good sign of the football to come. They also Trossard with the nutmeg. And then they also have brought in a couple players. So Lampard looking good over there.
Yeah, those new signings.
He's making some things happen. I think he could have a bit of an up season compared to last.
Well, last season was almost relegation, so I would hope.
Exactly. Yeah.
I would hope it
you
was
kind of
better.
have to go.
I would hope it was better than last season.
But yeah, both teams played exceptional. I mean, both teams played like they really wanted those 3 points. Both teams played like they kind of deserved those 3 points. And it's kind of a shame for any supporter or anybody associated with those teams to be coming away with 1 point for that. So, unfortunate for both, but fun to watch for a neutral.
And I will say, Everton towards the end of the game handled most of the control. So they were really trying to get those 3 points at the end of the game. And I didn't realize this. They play a 3-back.
Who, Everton?
Everton play a 3-back. Did not realize this until we were watching the highlights and whatnot, and saw the lineups come out. And they play a 3-back. I was pretty surprised.
Well, they got Connor Cody. They also got Tarowski from Burnley. They got a new look back there. Danny Welbeck. They have a new look defense back there. I don't think they played the 3-back versus Liverpool, but they definitely have.
I don't know. I actually completely tuned out the
their
the
two
intro
wing
at that
backs. Honestly, balled the fuck out. That's the only reason I know.
I mean, Anthony Gordon as well has been looking a very, very exceptional player. And that prediction that we had early in the season that he might get the
Young Player of the
Year,
Oh,
it's very possible.
I'm sticking with that.
It could be very possible.
And I could be wrong, but I think Sinistera scored in Matchweek 6 as well. Because I'm pretty sure I remember writing his name down when I was typing for Matchweek 6 as well.
We'll get there when we get there. We'll find out.
But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to Southampton and Chelsea. Sterling opened up the scoring with this game off of kind of a sloppy goal, but hey, a goal nonetheless. He did compose himself well to be able to turn around and find that far post open area. Then Lavia with an absolute wonder strike in the 27th minute to tie it up. I mean, it was outside the box. It was with his right foot.
Curling in. Mendy even got a hand to it.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Mendy got a paw to it. Didn't matter a bit.
Mendy got a hand and it just had too much pace on it. This man almost just
quite a nicely hit ball.
It was a fantastic finish by Lavian. He's a young player. I think
he's
only
19.
he's only had a couple. I don't even. This might be his debut for Southampton.
No, it's not.
No.
No.
Oh, never mind.
And then right before half, Armstrong finds himself basically just on an island, sitting there wide open. I don't think there was a man near him within a 3-yard radius.
Yeah, we were talking about that. This man had enough time to receive the ball, take a touch, turn, stutter, get his head up, see where he wanted to put it, and bang it in the side of the net just outside of Mendy's reach. And it's like,
It's unacceptable inside the 12-yard box. Just unacceptable.
Inside the 12-yard box, right on the penalty. He was literally on the penalty spot.
All that experience they have back there in Chelsea, that cannot happen. It just cannot.
It's wild.
Someone was caught sleeping. Someone just was not marking their man. That's another pen.
Damn, another pen. Are you shitting
That's
me?
not a second yellow card.
No, that was a keeper.
No?
It's probably not even a yellow.
That's got to be a yellow on Ochoa.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a great finish. Great on Armstrong for being in the right position at the right time. That was bold.
Fuck me.
But yeah, poor defending from Chelsea.
Chelsea looked pretty rough in about every department as well, as they have for most of the season, realistically. And I mean, we're going to get into today's performance later. Or no, we're going to talk about that next week, actually.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about Champions League next week. I know there was a game today, but we have a lot to go over tonight.
Fucking.
What a save. Oh my. Yeah, we had, with the double match weeks, or double 2 games in 1 week, we decided we'll touch on Champions League next week. There's a lot to talk about this week.
Danny.
It's going to be a long episode. So.
Danny Welbeck. Danny Welbeck.
Chip his ass.
David with the skill.
Oh my god.
Almost. But yeah, so Chelsea have been looking
Rough.
They have not been
Thomas Tuchel.
We're gonna get into Thomas Tuchel later. We're gonna get into that later.
Okay, I'll bring it up then on Tuchel, because there is something that I didn't even realize was a
Speak
thing.
on it, Tyler.
No.
We'll talk
It's a
topic.
whole ass
Don't worry.
topic later. It's a whole ass topic. Don't worry. We're gonna get to it.
Oh, whatever.
We still gotta talk about Chelsea one more time before we even get to that.
Yeah. We still have another round of Chelsea to go.
Yeah. So
But
we'll get there when we get there.
regardless, massive win for Southampton.
Huge.
At home.
Well done to
they were at
Southampton to come out there and just show out against the bigger team.
Was it at home? I think it was at the.
Yeah,
Bridge.
it was at Southampton still.
Was it?
Well
Yeah,
done to come out and
exactly.
show off for the home crowd and get that win against a bigger team that's able to spend more money, which I think 215 in the transfer in the summer. Again, we'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into that. We'll get into that.
But yeah, Chelsea have also lost to Leeds and Southampton in 2 out of the last 3 weeks. Leading up to this, not counting Matchweek 6, of course, because I believe they won. But again, we'll get into that. But yeah, so it's been a bit of a rough patch for Chelsea over the last month, really.
Yeah, they need to figure their shit out.
Maybe they'll figure their shit out. Maybe they won't. Maybe Tuchel will be there. Maybe he won't. We'll see what happens.
We'll save the Chelsea banter. We got plenty to talk about for Chelsea.
You're not wrong. All right, so next match, Fulham and Brighton. I mean, man, Fulham.
Fulham are looking.
You guys
at,
just.
They gave Brighton their first only loss of the season.
Yeah.
I was just about to say.
So that's well done to them. Well played.
Well done to Brighton too for making.
What a finish.
Well done to Brighton for getting this far into the season, which I mean,
Bro,
5
going
games.
to Fulham is not easy. They're
We
proving
saw-
it to be hard.
we saw firsthand.
What? The Fulham match?
No, going to Fulham
Yeah,
and not
Liverpool,
having
yeah.
an easy time.
Bro, their fans are fucking rowdy, bro.
And the Brighton keeper was coming into this game with 3 clean sheets, so he was kind of in some good form.
Granted, one of the goals was an own goal. I don't think it was
Still.
I don't think it was
No, that goal's not-
Fulham play the better football type shit.
They got a little lucky.
I feel like, they got the dub,
Yeah.
They just got the dub.
I feel you. I can't disagree with you there either. Mitrovic, shout out to Mitrovic for not only his form throughout the season so far, but also scoring his 100th goal in the league in that game. Obviously, a huge accomplishment. Scoring 100 goals
Huge.
in any league is huge, let alone the Premier League. It's great to see.
And that's even being out of the Premier League for a year.
bit, yeah.
All last season. They played in
and forth, I
Championship.
think.
Oh, yeah,
they've been
true.
going back and forth. They've been going in and out.
So I mean, imagine what he would do for maybe a bigger club that stays in the Premier League, or say Fulham was able to stay in the Premier League. Imagine how many goals he's got now.
Hey, I mean, Fulham are looking dangerous.
They
right now.
are, especially with if
It's not
Mitrovic
like-
can keep this form for a bit of a long term, man.
It's not like the last time they were in the Premier League. They got blown out just about every time. This season, they're actually putting up a fight against these bigger teams and coming up
yeah.
with
They have a new
points.
manager, Marco Silva, bro. He's lit. He's lit, and he has experience in the Prem, so it's a nice mix there.
Yeah, it's a good combination. But speaking of the own goal that we touched on earlier, Lewis Dunk, the captain, is the one who concedes the own goal in about the 54th minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough one to give up, and believe it or not, that's his 6th own goal in his
Bro,
career.
That's fucking crazy, dog.
That
tough.
is nuts.
That's tough.
That's crazy. That's a lot.
That's a lot, and he's the captain. That's a lot of own goals. to be
Clumsy
scoring on, man.
motherfucker he is.
Yeah.
I almost can't really blame him for this one because it was just pure unlucky.
Yeah.
He was trying to, if he wouldn't have
Yeah, you can't blame
blocked
him
it,
on that.
If he wouldn't have gotten in the way, I think it would have been a goal regardless. So,
Yeah.
just pick your poison. At that point, it just goes against your personal.
Tarek Lamptey's here. Where you going, buddy? Ref.
Then in the 60th minute, Brighton get a little bit of fortune going their way with a penalty decided their way. One of the Fulham players went to go clear the ball out of the box and ends up kicking the Brighton player right in the back of the calf,
Ref. Jesus Christ.
which did lead to a penalty.
Yeah, it went
McAllister
into
did
review.
convert that as well.
It went into review as well.
Mhm.
They had to go to VAR, which was actually one that was done correctly. But we'll touch on that. We'll touch on that in a minute. We won't get into that now. We got a whole.
Ooh, I hear some
we got a
sneak
whole discussion.
dissing.
We got a whole discussion on that, don't you?
Sully March. Ooh.
But yeah, hard fought game by both teams. Unfortunate incidents on both sides. Fulham kind of get lucky, like David was saying earlier, with that 2-1 win. I'm excited to see their game later in the season, honestly, when they play again.
Fulham.
Yes,
Yeah,
that will be a
when they-
very
yeah.
fun game to play
Yeah,
to
no,
watch again.
don't you think Brighton's gonna forget about that?
Absolutely not.
Because
Well,
I
you
think-
can tell that they didn't forget about it this
Yeah.
next week, but we'll get into that one here in a second.
Next on the list, we got Crystal Palace and Brentford. Palace came out looking very energetic, as they have for most of the season, and honestly, a lot of last season as well. That's something they kind of have a knack for. It's coming out very wiry, very ready to go, energetic, and that's one thing I like about them as a squad. They got a lot of young players, and then Zaha to kind of motivate / be a
Even it out.
mentor, role
Yeah.
model for them. especially these younger players who are a bit skillful on the ball. It's really cool to see them kind of, grow in this team. And I was telling Tyler when we were watching highlights last night, I said, hey, Palace keep this exact same team, plus maybe pick up 1 or 2 players over the next 3-4 years, because I'm hoping that Zaha just decides to finish his career out at Palace at this point, coming into his 30s now. Hey man, might as well just finish your career there as a club legend. In my opinion, personally, they're giving you the bag. He's paid very, very well.
I agree with you on that. I think Zaha, at this point, at this stage in his career, I think the best move for him is to just cement his status at Crystal Palace and just become one of those club legends. At this point, what's he playing for? You know what I mean? He's playing for legacy. He wants to be remembered, and I think the best way for him to be remembered is if he stays at Crystal Palace, gives that mentorship to those young players.
Yes, sir.
And
Good
Go the fuck
off. Thank you, sirs.
Yes. But yeah, I think that's Zaha's bread and butter. I think the best move for him is to not move at all.
And then leading into the first goal of the game, we had nothing in the first half, but then leading into the 58th minute,
beautiful
their
finish.
Man Wilfred Zaha, like we were just saying,
phenomenal,
beautiful finish,
just absolutely curled the ball around the keeper, defenders, multiple people, finding the back of the net, top right corner. It was gorgeous. It's stuff like that. It's you're securing a point. It was a tie game at the time, but hey, you don't score that goal. As the score stands, 1-1, you don't get anything out of that. Well done by Zaha. Definitely the hero of the game for Palace in that game. And then Wissa for Brentford, finding himself in a very nice, finding himself open on a beautiful cross. At the very dying moments of the game, too, 87th minute, not much longer to go. He just guided the ball right past the keeper with his head,
and I think Brentford getting a point out of this match, I would consider this a win for Brentford.
I would, yeah.
Because I remember watching this game back. There was a lot more Crystal Palace than there was Brentford.
Oh, absolutely.
Crystal Palace did a great job of.
He's got a hat trick.
That's gotta be it.
Oh, yes, Casado.
Good finish. To seal the dub. David, this is your first dub in like 3 weeks, mate. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, it is.
I'm proud of you. Good job.
Would you fuck off?
Thanks.
Thank you.
But no, Crystal Palace, dominating performance. Particular standout players for me were Elise and Eze. Elise more so. I think he looked really silky on the ball, and he looked to be the more explosive player. He looked to be the standout player on the pitch, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm right there with Tyler, man. Zaha obviously with a standout goal in the game, and for obviously Palace as a whole. But yeah, Elise and Eze, man, they look good as ever on that ball. I think they're developing into real star players for that team, and I kind of hope they rock with Palace for the next few years just to really see them develop with that team. I think that's a good spot for them. I think Vieira is a good coach for them. It's clearly been working out with the development they've had. Hopefully no big team snatches them up and they don't sit the bench for a little bit or anything like that, because I think this play time they've been consistently getting is huge for the both of them, and that's why we've been seeing the development that's clearly been going on. Wissa, hero for Brentford, snagging that point for them. Brentford played real hard throughout the whole game, not taking anything away from them, but Palace was definitely the more dominant team for sure. Next on the list, Newcastle and Liverpool. What a game this was.
What a game
this
was.
That was fun to watch for sure. Last game for Liverpool without Nunes, which I'm excited to kind of talk about on the flip end of that next week. Which, is later in this episode in that sense. Newcastle without ASM as well. That's a huge missing player for that
I
team.
did not realize that. I forgot that they played without Alan St. Maximin.
Game could have been a whole lot different with those skills on the pitch. Who knows?
It absolutely
Trent could have found himself sitting on the ground wondering where the fuck the man just went. Which is kind of what I think would have happened. I think Trent would have been done in multiple times throughout that game. But, that's if and whens and buts, and what ifs. Doesn't matter. Isak, congratulations to you, man.
Scoring on his debut.
Almost having a brace, but just slightly offsides.
Barely.
Yeah, barely. And yeah, I really would have loved to see him get a brace because I've been a huge fan of this guy since probably last season. Even though we didn't have a good season last year, really over in Spain. He had a good season before that. I'd heard about him before that, and I just thought, hey, I think he looks like he can develop into something really special, and I think that's what he's going to do for Newcastle. I think he's going to be their star striker over the next 5 years or so, and I think they're going to get a lot of success from him in that role. Oh, God.
He is going to be an absolute menace to these Premier League defenders.
Yeah.
Absolute menace. He's tall, he's fast, he can finish. I mean, that finish that he had was incredible. It was an incredible finish to be able to place the ball the way he did, just barely over Alisson.
World class finish for sure. So it's his second disallowed goal. World class.
Yeah, absolutely.
World class finish that was.
Then Roberto Firmino, not only equalizing for his club, but also getting his 200th goal for Liverpool.
Speaking of Bobby.
Oh, that is not 201.
Whoa.
But yeah, congratulations to Bobby Firmino. Oh, what a finish.
Louis Diaz, the camera couldn't even catch it.
Wow.
Finish.
Attaboy, Louis.
Oh, yeah, congratulations to Bobby Firmino getting that 200th goal, man. That's a huge
200th
huge
goal for
accomplishment.
Liverpool. That's a big milestone. It's a huge milestone.
I'm sure I've said it once or twice on this podcast, but I'm a huge fan of Bobby Firmino. I love him as a person and a player. I think he's great in both departments. So I'm happy to see him get that goal. And it be his 200th. And it was a great finish as well. Beautiful, beautiful finish. Hit right on the ground. Oh, my.
I'm too good at this game, bro. I'm just too good. I'm too good.
Hit on the ground.
This could get ugly.
Just kind of passed it into that bottom left corner. It was great.
It was a very finesse. It was a very, very well finessed, very well finessed shot.
So now we're at 1-1 going into the 97th minute, and it's 7 added on a minute. So we're talking the literal last minute of the game. Off a corner, a couple bobbles here, there.
I think it was actually 5 minutes.
No, 7. It was 7.
I think it was 5, but it played out till 7.
No, it was plus 7. I remember.
Excuse me. Really?
Guy. Thanks. Anyways, regardless, it was 97th minute. Clearly coming down to the last minute of the game. Off of, I don't know, 4 or 5 bobbles in the box. What?
No!
Fabio Carvalho finding himself a volley. Rips it over the keeper's head. Absolutely wonderful finish. Huge 3 points. Liverpool needed that win. They needed that bit of momentum, that motivation. I mean, well done. Well done to Fabio Carvalho. Well done to Liverpool
He
for
scored
not giving
that at home.
up.
You know how intoxicating that feeling is when you score a last second winner like that in front of your own crowd.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know what it's like to do it in front of your own crowd, okay? In front of like 60,
I do.
70,000
It's
people.
pretty lit. Definitely not 60, 70,000 people.
Yeah, yeah.
The home crowd. Yeah, it's
home
pretty
crowd,
lit,
sure.
dude. Game-winning goal in front of the whole crowd.
Dude,
Yeah.
that is exhilarating. You
Great
get
feeling.
such. It might be one of the best feelings that you could ever possibly have.
Oh yeah, for sure. Right under coming. Yeah, absolutely. It's for every soccer player knows what I'm talking about. It's orgasm, then scoring a goal is right beneath it. So I understand.
I would argue that it's better.
I'm still a man.
That
Tyler.
kind of,
I don't know,
bro.
I don't
Okay,
know.
moving on. Standout performances
I
from
see why though. I understand.
from
It's a
Harvey
different-
Elliott.
It is.
Harvey Elliott looked phenomenal this game.
Another lackluster performance for Salah. Where has the man gone? But again, we'll get into that later. I have a topic for that. Debut goal from Isak is definitely going to be a danger to Premier League defenses, like Tyler said earlier. The second I saw that transfer go through, I went, oh shit, that's a good one. And that would be why. I can see him scoring in their next game for sure. I don't even know who it's against, but
We'll find out later.
yeah, we'll figure that out again later. West Ham and Spurs. 1-1 draw in the end of it. Bissouma slightly losing his head off of a foul that he just shouldn't have lost his head over. He fouled the man and he got called for it, and then he got really upset. Threw the ball down, got himself a yellow card, and I just thought that was a really stupid card to get. It was early in the game. It's not a good look for you. I'm sure Conte was quite unhappy about it. I mean, man, just set the ball down and walk away. Bitch to your teammate about it, man. Don't throw the ball down and make a fit about it. You're a professional. Conduct yourself a little bit more like it, in my opinion.
He saved that?
Definitely is a deserved yellow. 33rd minute, though. Carrier. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right, but...
Care.
Sure, yeah, one of those fucking pronunciations.
Something. It's a weird Keher or whatever. It comes off the tongue weird. Okay, give us a break.
33rd minute, he attempts to clear the ball from his own box. That was going to be a tap in for Son regardless, so this doesn't happen. It's going to be a goal, so really no sweat on his part. Realistically, again, it's just going to kind of reflect on his own personal record. But yeah, he knocked in the ball for an own goal. But again, Son was literally right behind him, ready to tap it in. You could see Son's frustration. The fact he didn't get the goal.
He hasn't scored yet. He hasn't scored yet this Premier League season.
What are we talking about?
Son.
He will. I'm not really too worried about him.
I think that's because of Conte's tactics a little bit. He's definitely more defensive. I think Son is
Let me get one more. I didn't even break first half, and we got a long way to go.
Okay.
We got a long way to
go. Go for it.
Have fun, Tyler.
Then in the 54th, Souček finds himself a goal off of a quick heads-up play, assisted by Antonio off of a throw-in. Tottenham was sleeping a little bit. West Ham picked that ball up quick, played it in real quick, and were able to find their men. Tottenham couldn't conform quick enough to it.
I don't know, David. I don't know what's going on
Are
here.
you frozen in the middle
I'm stuck.
of quit? There we
Oh,
are.
there. Thank God. That better counted as a win.
It did.
Yes, sir.
And then right in the dying embers of the game, dude, Emerson and Paqueta just had a bit of a miscommunication with a really good ball right in through the middle of the box, and they both just kind of dumbed it and let it go past. And you got to imagine if one of them gets a hold of that, they're gonna put it away.
Emerson is new on that squad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Both of them are.
that you could see the lack of communication and chemistry there.
Yeah.
It was like one said leave it and then didn't have faith that the other would leave it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. All around though, West Ham kind of just had the better opportunities than Spurs, and I definitely think they should have walked away with more than a point. But unfortunate for them that they're gonna just have to go ahead and settle for that 1 point. Again, another team having to settle for a single point. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Unless you don't like that team. Then obviously that's a great thing. This one's going to be nice and quick. 6-0, Man City, Nottingham Forest.
Here are the things you need to know. Manchester
Goals.
City, Holland, and that's it.
Yeah, second hat trick in a row.
That's pretty much it.
Second hat trick in a row from Holland. Really was hoping for him to get a third in a row, but we'll, again, get to that later.
Gnabry.
Cancelo
We have a player here.
scoring an absolute beauty of a goal from outside the box near post. And then Julian Alvarez also coming in and getting a brace. As a Man City fan, you can do nothing but smile at that fact that our main striker gets a hat trick and our backup striker gets a brace. We go from not having a single striker to having two ready-to-go strikers at any moment. So yeah, great win for City.
And Pep seems keen to play both of them.
He's really happy to play both of them at the same time.
Not even at the same time, but swap them.
Yeah, has no problem doing it. And I see why. Julian Alvarez brings a different form of striker, a different form of attack to our team. And I
Different
love
style
it.
of play.
Love
Definitely.
it. People, teams are going to sit there and conform to that whole poacher style, and then all of a sudden you get Julian Alvarez in the mix instead of Holland, and you got this kid who's running all over the fucking pitch, who can score with left and right foot, who's silky with the ball. I mean, it's dangerous. If you didn't see that second goal,
Beautiful.
oh my goodness, left-footed half volley finish that just rattled
Weak foot near post. It was beautiful.
rattled that crossbar too.
Oh, that was almost disgusting.
Was very, very, very happy as a City fan to see that second goal. I saw that, I just went, wow. I am almost as excited to see him play as I am to see Holland play. Oh please, you gotta punish.
Oh, he was off balance.
Next on the list, 2-1 Arsenal and Aston Villa. Arsenal obviously coming out with a 2-1 win on that. Gabriel Jesus,
Arsenal with the perfect
30th
start.
minute, opening up that scoring again. Guy has been on a tear all season for the most part. Has just fit in that system so well. It just seems like he was made for it. Happy to see Gabriel thriving. And I've said this before. I expected him to do well on that team, and I hope he does. So yeah, happy to see that going on. Arsenal totally dominated the first half too, man. Just kind of seemed like they were going to run away with the game. They didn't, but they still did get the dub in the end. So that's really what matters. Martinez for Aston Villa, though, man. That game would have gotten out of hand if it wasn't for him. Yeah, just made 3-4 just absolutely wild saves. So caps off to him. He does get a shout out later, but it's not really the shout out you want. But cross that bridge later.
He
And
fucked
then
up.
Douglas Luiz scoring off the direct corner.
How often do you see that in the Premier
Not
League?
very often, but I think he's done
I think
it
he did
2
it
weeks
last
in
week.
a row. Yeah.
I think he did it last week.
Did he really?
Actually.
Yeah, he really came to the rim and said, "Hey, you know what? Fuck it, direct corner goals 2 in a row."
Yeah, bro.
Pretty wild. It's not something you see very often, but then you see it 2 weeks in a row from the same fucking player. Well done to you, mate.
Well, he clearly has the skill for it, because at this point, can you really say it's luck?
However, then Martinelli answered about 3 minutes later with an absolutely wonderful goal, which that man, him, Gabriel, Odegaard, and Saka have just been clicking and been on fire like just about no other forward pairing in the Premier League, or really even the world right now, man. It's kind of crazy how well they seem to play together. And Martinelli, I think, is kind of the standout of the group, in my opinion. Dude is explosive, dangerous on the ball, can assist it, can score it. It doesn't matter. He just does what he needs to do out there.
Well, I think he's on track to have a breakout season.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I can see it. But yeah, great performance from Arsenal as a whole. Again, obviously Martinelli, individually. That would be Arsenal's 5th win in a row, man.
You like that play?
Great
Arsenal fans had to be relishing in that moment.
That's the
5
best start that
wins
they've had in a long time.
Very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, again, shout out to Aston Villa's keeper. This isn't the shout out I was talking about, but shout out to Aston Villa's keeper. 3 absolutely amazing saves. A great game overall. Just only so much you can do against a team that really is clicking that well and is that dangerous at the moment. Next up on the list is Bournemouth.
What?
Somebody help.
David,
Bournemouth
you got it.
versus Wolves. Not too much to talk about in this game. 0-0 is what we're looking at. But Wolves did look far the better team, I gotta say. Creating a lot of really good chances. Bournemouth just couldn't really find the back of the net. I mean, neither team could find the back of the net in their chances. Bournemouth with a handful of opportunities, but definitely Wolves looking the more aggressive and profitable team to score.
Yeah, man, those last, there was a 20-minute spell where it was just all Wolves in Bournemouth half. And getting opportunities, they just, again, could not finish.
That's how you win the game of football. Is you have to finish your opportunities, because other than that, you're kind of fucked. Leicester and Man United.
What?
You see,
That's gotta be a red
pass,
card.
bro. That was a pass, and he did that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he came out hot.
Man United coming out with another win, a 1-0. Kind of grinded out match by Man U.
What the fuck was that? What the actual both of you? Don't think I didn't notice, David. Don't think I haven't noticed. I just haven't said anything yet.
What, bro? Fuck off. What you want?
Yeah, what?
I see
Are
you
you gonna
yawning.
attack both of us?
Yes, I'm attacking both of you right now.
I mean, I think the
I
two.
don't care. Yeah, I'm not like
Tyler, I wrestled
don't
your
give-
brother to the ground. And he's bigger than you. I'll
fuck.
take your ass. I have no problem.
What, you want me to go
Yawning
home or some
on
shit?
stream, bro. Yawning
Don't even
on
come at me,
stream.
kid.
How do you expect to be entertaining to people when you're not even entertained by yourselves?
I mean, I'm entertained by myself. I'm just fucking tired. Just tired, man. I got stung in the face by a wasp. Man, that takes a lot out of you as a human being. Takes a lot out of you, Tyler.
Be a man. Suck it up. Suck it up and power through, Jay. That's all I gotta say.
I'm trying to, but you're interrupting me, you fucking asshole.
It had to be.
How about you
it had
just
to be
focus?
done.
How about you
It had
just
to be
focus?
done.
How about you just
It had to be done.
focus?
It had to be done. You were mid dialogue.
You know, now I lost my train of thought
I had to call you out.
because you wanted to start all this.
Good. We're moving on to Leicester and City. No,
Leicester
United.
City? No, Leicester United, where
Sorry,
we
I saw
actually were
Manchester.
already at when you
Yeah.
interrupted me.
That's what we're talking about.
Shalom.
Are we not doing awards now? Because we're done with the Matchweek 5.
No,
We still have
haven't
City
talked
and
about
United.
this.
And then we have awards.
Oh, I thought you talked about it already.
No, Jay was in the middle of it and then decided to yawn halfway through it, and then lost his train of thought.
After a bad pass out of the back, Rashford decided to capitalize on their mistakes on defense. In the defensive half, as I should say. Dribbled right around the keeper. Rashford passed to Sancho, who then dribbled right around the keeper.
Just word just said that.
And just tapped it in. You know what, if I did, David, I was recapping.
Oh, okay.
Because people may have gotten a little lost in their train of thought like I did.
you just. Okay, my bad. My bad. Bro.
Manchester United looking like they have confidence with the squad as a whole, which, as a United fan, you got to love to see. As a football fan, you also kind of have to love to see. Because as we have talked about in the past, it's kind of a good thing for them to not be a shit team for the sport itself, seeing as they are the biggest team in world sports.
Ten Hag.
Yeah, shout out to Ten Hag. I kind of feel bad for jumping off that boat. But I've already jumped, so I can't jump back on. I've already left. I'm not going to retract my retraction.
Fucking lit. I will say
They
that.
are. Yeah, Leicester, worst start to Premier League campaign in 3 decades. Boys, you got to get your shit together or you ain't going to be in the Premier League anymore. You guys haven't had a single win in 5 games. That's tough.
Bro, it's looking rough, bro.
Very tough.
They had a bunch of players leave during the summer. Jamie Vardy doesn't really start anymore.
Didn't replace them with anybody.
Yeah, got like a weird ass keeper. It's they're going through something. Something's happening over there.
I think
Something is happening over there. I think they're kind of stale of Brendan Rodgers. The players might be. It seems that way. History repeats itself, man. We've seen this before, you know. Tactic gets old, players get done, you know, years go on. It's time for a little refresher.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because Brendan Rodgers actually came out and actually started complaining about the fact that they didn't get any new signings. They just offloaded a bunch of players without any recourse.
Yeah, it's kind of tough as a manager to just
That is what
reconstruct the
happened.
team.
Yeah, that is what happened. And
They're lucky to have Tillman still.
that seems to be the thing.
Oh my god.
That seems to be the thing that managers do these days. They cry about the players that they don't have. Seems to be what they do.
That is a common trend,
Yeah.
actually.
2022, you should just expect to have to buy players for managers now. That's just what it is.
I think that's part of the issue with you guys right now over at Liverpool is you guys don't want to fork out the money for it.
Well,
but you kind
I'm on the other side of the debate. I think you should be able to do something with the players that you have.
Well, yeah, you should, but again, you can only do so much with what you have in a league as tough and competitive as the Premier.
All right, so we're talking about Brendan Rodgers here. Does he have players on his team? He has a pretty.
He's got Tielemans.
I'm not saying he doesn't have anybody.
Dewsbury
Oh, Dewsbury Hall looks nice, by the way.
Think about all
He's quick.
of think about all of the serious competing teams right now in the Prem. What do they have? They have not one, not two, multiple standout players, as in players that any team would happily pick up. What do Leeds have? They have Tillemans.
Leicester.
Leicester. They have Tillemans.
Their striker is pretty nice too.
They have Tillemans. I'm saying a player that about any team would be happy to pick up.
James Madison.
James Madison.
Okay, they have Tillemans and James Madison.
Harvey Barnes.
Ian Hacho. Harvey Barnes. They have.
I'm not gonna put in Hacho in with that group. I'm barely gonna put Harvey.
Daka as
I'm
well?
not gonna put Daka in that group either. I'm not gonna say any team would pick him up.
That's 2 fucking rage quits in a row.
I'm not saying any team is gonna pick up Daka. I'm barely putting Harvey Barnes in that argument, but that's because I like Harvey Barnes. I don't think he's on the same level as James Madison and Tillemans. I think he's not far off.
Well, those are my players that I think would get into any squad. I think they have a pretty functional squad, dude.
I would agree.
I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, look at the difference between Brighton and Leicester right now.
They have Ndidi. That's a crazy good center defensive mid.
They do have Ndidi. I did forget about Ndidi.
They have some players, man. So I don't know.
I still
we
think
were
Brendan
saying-
Rodgers is fucking up.
Yeah, like we were saying last week, bro. Talent. We can talk about the talent and the quality, but at the very least, you need to put the effort in, and you need to be able to galvanize your team to do something on the pitch. So we can talk about the money and players and this and that, bro, but
0 wins in 5 games.
it's unacceptable.
Come on.
Let's look at Fulham, bro. Who do they have? And they're fucking balling, bro.
They're balling with
They
Mitrovic.
did just buy like a whole fucking new team though as well. Or no, that was Nottingham Forest,
No,
wasn't
that
it?
was Nottingham. That
But still,
unloaded a bunch.
players that
Oh
could
shit,
go to any team.
Lavia, who scored for...
You didn't know that? He comes from Man City.
No, I didn't know that.
Wow, what a Man City fan you are. Didn't even know.
I wouldn't.
He got sold. He got sold this summer for a buyback clause of like 30 something.
Damn.
Yeah, they fuck with him, bro. And you can see
He
why.
paid
He's
off.
nice as fuck.
Yeah, he paid off.
Balling at Southampton. Yeah. For example, we'll take Southampton for example, bro. That's a perfect example. They're literally a developmental club, bro. They sell their players. Hasselhouten, I think that's his name. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that wrong.
No,
He's
yeah, right.
never. He cannot get players to stay at his club, bro, because they always leave. But somehow he's managed to, get some results. I'm not gonna say he's like challenging for anything or Europe.
Just beat Chelsea.
But just beat Chelsea. They're putting in some good performances. So I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. Like,
To go no wins in 5 games, like that's rough. That you got to have at least one.
that's
Pretty bad.
rough.
At least one. Like, what's going on here? At least the one that Jamie Vardy is. But anyway,